Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, I'm going to be showing you again another sort of updated method on how you can win the Lucky Wheel vehicle and car every single time you spin when you enter the Diamond Casino and Resort, which is something I do pretty much every single day. I mean, you have no excuse not to. At a minimum, you're going to get RP, which will help you rank up, or you'll get clothing, cash, chips, whatever the case might be. Best case scenario, though, you end up winning either the mystery item or the car. And that's obviously going to save you millions of dollars. Even if you already have a vehicle that's on the podium, you can then just sell the one you already have and then make some money that way. So it's really a win-win situation if you are lucky enough to get the car. However, most of the time I end up spinning if I'm not using a particular method, which we'll be talking about in this video today. Usually you end up with something like this, where you spin the wheel and you get something you don't necessarily really want, like clothing. Like in this one, I got Liberty Cox Dark, which is kind of a suspicious name for a t-shirt. Let's just say that. So most of the time, if you spin the lucky wheel and you just go up to it like that, that's what's going to happen. And you've also noticed that in this session, I'm in a public lobby. So that means there's a chance that other people, like this fine lady, has already spun the wheel before me, which is going to hurt my chances of getting what I actually want, which is getting the car. And there's a couple of surefire methods that have stood the test of time since the Lucky Wheel has been added into the game in 2019 with the original Diamond Casino and Resort update that seem to work every single time, like without fail, no matter what. And it seems like either Rockstar doesn't have the ability to patch this, or there's just no way for them to patch it. And so not only is this working throughout 2020, but I would suspect even with the new update coming in December, that one's going to be the biggest heist update ever in an entirely new location, there's probably a chance that Rockstar can't even fix it then, even if it's something they were looking out for. So this method and everything we'll be talking about today will work in 2021 and beyond, which is going to be nice if you end up picking up GTA 5 for PS5 and Xbox Series X. You might be playing on it right now, and when the game is re-released, expanded, and enhanced for PS5 and Xbox Series X, it's going to work equally as well. So this is the method that I have been using from day one, and this seems to work like, I would say, almost every single time. So there's only two things you need to do here. Number one, you need to be in a invite-only or a solo session. Just a lobby where the lucky wheel has not been spun by any other person, whether that be friends or random people. So that's pretty easy to do. You'll also know it's a fresh wheel if clothing starts at the very top, with RP to the right of it, $50,000 being one to the left, and a vehicle being one to the left over that. So for this, all you need to do is either pull out your watch, a phone, or a timer, something that will allow you to count to 4 seconds on the dot. Because as you guys know, when your character actually grabs onto the lucky wheel, you can only grab onto it for a certain amount of time. Because when you start holding onto the wheel, no one else can spin it. So in order to prevent people from griefing and trolling and just hogging up the lucky wheel, what Rockstar does is it automatically kicks your character off if you don't end up spinning the wheel. You have about 5 or 6 seconds. And the magic time that we're looking for here is 4 seconds. And what's weird is the longer you wait to spin the wheel, the slower it spins, which works perfectly for us because if you hit it right at exactly 4 seconds, what will happen is your character will sort of do this like half spin. I mean, the character spins it so slowly that the lucky wheel doesn't even make a full rotation because as you can see there, it lands perfectly right in the middle of the vehicle. Like not even on the edge, not even close to going over to the $50,000 one, like smack dab in the middle on vehicle. That's how easy this entire thing is. And I mean, you can confirm this is working as of today, November 15th, 2020, when I'm recording this video, because the vehicle we won was the Rune Zaba, which is the one that Rockstar has on the current event week. The one that's happening right now as they've issued the heist challenge before the next big update. So it's clearly still working. And this method will only work if you wait exactly 4 seconds. And we'll talk about some other methods as we get going, but I've noticed that as long as you just hit it 4 seconds on the dot, it's going to do that perfect slow spin to get on the vehicle. Now, on the off chance it doesn't work, because you might, spin it at 3.5 seconds, 4.5 seconds, have no fear. There's always a tried and true method if you don't get exactly what you want, and that is just to simply close down your application. So if you're playing on PS4 or PC or Xbox, you can just close your application. And due to the way the Grand Theft Auto Online servers work, if you close your game quick enough, your lucky wheel spin will not save, meaning the next time you log into Grand Theft Auto Online, you'll be able to spin the wheel again as if you never had a spin in the first place. Now, there's ways in which you can make this more efficient, like you can set your spawn location to last location or set it at your casino penthouse. So what that will basically allow you to do is be a bit more efficient when you're loading back in. As you guys know, it takes a little bit of time to load into Grand Theft Auto Online. So the faster you can get back to the lucky wheel, the faster you can attempt your spin again. And sort of speaking of the next generation consoles, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, the loading times are incredibly fast. So this is going to be a whole lot easier to do, not only now, but obviously in 2021, when the new version and expanded and enhanced GTA Online arrives, as well as the standalone version. That's something I didn't even think about as well, that it might even be quicker to load into online. When there's a standalone version, you don't even have to deal with loading single player, which is what we have to do right now. Now, there's a couple of other interesting tricks that I've seen players try to use, like spinning their analog stick a certain way. So if you're looking at like the face of a clock, I've seen a lot of reports said that if you go from like 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and if you do that perfectly, that it should always land on the car and on the vehicle spot. I haven't had as much success with that, but I've always never really had to rely on that, because as long as you spin it right at like that 4-second mark, then it always works like 100% of the time. At least that's what I found. So I've never had to go about doing it that way in order to get the car. So long story short, with all the updates that Rockstar has done in Grand Theft Auto Online, and with the ones that we're going to get soon over the next couple of weeks and even into 2021, this is still a way in which you can 100% get the lucky wheel vehicle every single time. And what's great about this, with the new versions of GTA, the standalone version of multiplayer, and the new consoles, loading times are going to be faster. It's going to be easier to get into the game, which is just going to make this a whole lot smoother. So that right there is how you can win the Lucky Wheel Podium car every single time here in GTA Online. It still works. It's easier than ever. And now it's even easier than before because of the new consoles and the way things work. So again, I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Which method have you used to have the most success winning the Podium car in Grand Theft Auto Online? Is it waiting the 4 seconds like I've been using? Is it doing some other method like flipping your controller upside down? Let me know what you guys think in those comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.